What does it mean to write? To tell a story? To convey an emotion? To escape the cruel and harsh reality that we all live in? How do you come up with something original nowadays? How do you make your time on Earth worth living? How do you want people to perceive you? What do you want to expose? What do you want to love? Express your beliefs, doubt everything, think you're not worthy of your dreams. If you don't write, you're wasting your time. If you do write, you are also wasting your time. There's no direction, just endless thoughts, ideas, never stopping. Consuming every thought, no way out. What else do I do? Working in a bar, supermarket, or worse, the council. Going every way, but the one you're meant to. In a world where everyone can create anything they want, it's a saturated market. It's easier and harder to get into whatever you want to do than ever. And so this week I'm going to be looking at Adaptation from 2002, directed by Spike Jonze, written by the strange Charlie Kaufman and starring my boy Nicolas Cage. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, otherwise I will kill the family dog. So the film Adaptation is about shy writer Charlie Kaufman, played by Nicolas Cage, who after the success of writing Being John Malkovich, struggles to write a screenplay adaptation for the 1998 book The Orchid Thief by Susan Orlean. The book The Orchid Thief follows Susan Orlean's real-life investigation into the arrest of horticulturist John LaRoche in southern Florida. This was for her article in the New York Times. This film should have been called Writer's Block 101. Charlie Kaufman struggles to find an inn. He just wants to write about flowers, trying to avoid all the same tropes of all the old stories, the hero's journey, all that fucking bullshit. While his slacker twin brother, also played by Cage, is living with him and decides to follow in his brother's footsteps as a screenwriter. Now this pisses Charlie off. And I can imagine why. If I had a twin brother who became a screenwriter, well, I wanted to become a screenwriter, I'd be fucking pissed off. Especially during the film, because he gets pretty much success, you know? Before dying. Spoiler alert. The viewer gets to find out details of the story before Charlie does, because we get a B-plot covering it with Meryl Streep as Suzanne Orlean. Now, Orlean actually went to the premiere, so did John LaRoche. They all went, they're all good with this movie. There's cute photos of them all there, you know, with the, fictionalized them to 8. I'm sure she's not complaining to have a Meryl Streep play her. She does a fantastic job in this. All 4 of the main actors of this film, by the way, were nominated for an Oscar. Incredible. Well, the main 3 actors and Charlie Kaufman. Real Charlie Kaufman for writing the movie. It's weird. Anyway, maybe it's just a big vanity project. As the viewer, we get to find out the story before Charlie, with the B-plot covering Suzanne's journey to Florida. There are details that Charlie is unaware of because Suzanne did not want to put them in her book. Either because it makes her look bad or it makes LaRoche look bad. Either way, it was bad news. So then Charlie realizes to get to the understanding of this book, he needs to speak to the author of it. He needs to go speak to Susan Orlean, but he's really shy and he's nervous and he's a bit of a socially awkward little cunt. So it's going to be proven more difficult than you'd think. The film is a weird blur between reality and fiction. I mean, it really is a meta lover's wet dream. And it's amazingly done. It truly is a once-in-a-lifetime type of movie. For most of the film, we see Charlie trying to adapt a non-fiction book, or at least the process of writing the film for the book. Now we are seeing Charlie towards the end create his own story, for not only his screenplay, but for his life. He takes control. Even though his brother dies, spoiler alert again, as soon as the two are starting to get on the same page, Charlie then feels content. He's gone through the ups and the downs, the loss and the gains, all the classic story points for the hero's journey that he was trying to avoid. Charlie and his brother go down to Florida to question Susan Orlean and John LaRoche about their taboo continuing relationship. And when he unexpectedly arrives at the house, he witnesses them snorting the orchid plants. They apparently get really high off them. It's some sort of opioid or something. I've never heard of it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Apparently that gets you fucked the fuck up. He then gets caught like a dummy, and worried that about her reputation, Suzanne then explains that they have to kill Charlie, because who'd want them to be a druggy whore in their own movie about their own book about fucking flowers? The film climaxes in the swampy marshlands with LaRoche and Susan bringing Charlie there to kill him. LaRoche is then attacked by a crocodile or an alligator. I'm sorry, I don't know my reptiles, but he's dead as they can be. Unfortunately, Donald is shot, and then he's thrown from the front windscreen of Charlie's car after a collision with the park ranger's truck. He dies, and Charlie has an end for his film. Well, Adam, that was a great segment. Thank you, Adam. I thought it was too. So the original article by Susan Orlean is from 1994, which sparked interest for the film pretty goddamn quickly because Fox 2000 purchased the rights in 1997. Bear in mind, Susan Orlean didn't even make this into a book until 1998. Charlie Kaufman, the man behind such incredible films as Being John Malkovich, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and Human Nature, was first picked to write the flick. Charlie Kaufman has been nominated for an Oscar 4 times. See, that's pretty fucking mad, most of them for original screenplays. Kaufman is recorded as saying, "The idea of how to write the film didn't come to me until quite late. It was the only idea I had, I liked it, and I knew there was no way it would be approved if I pitched it, so I just wrote it. I never told the people I was writing it for. I told Spike Jonze, the director, as we were making Being John Malkovich at the time, and he saw how frustrated I was. Had he said I was crazy, I don't know what I would have done. Kaufman wrote from his experience of struggling to adapt something, creating the script for this movie by adding a few dramatized elements and a twin brother to show the duality of his mind and Hollywood. Filming for Adaptation started in late March 2001 in Los Angeles and finished by June. There was talks of a late 2001 release, which would have been insane considering the long writing process. Columbia Pictures at one point announced a 2001 theatrical release date, but Adaptation opened on December 6, 2002 in the United States for a limited release. The film was released nationwide on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2003, earning $1.1 million in its opening weekend in 672 theaters. It went on to gross $22.5 million in Northern America and $10.3 million in foreign countries, for the total of $32.8 million against its $19 million budget. So, to be honest, not great, not bad. It was commercially a failure, but a critical success. I was stuttering a bit there, but fuck you, I'm not going to do that. Spike Jonze and Charlie Kaufman do a fantastic job creating a 2000 film adaptation. This film is a masterclass on how not to structure only a movie, but how to adapt a story. The harsh breakdown of the silent hero of the film industry, the writers, the extremely low-paying job that milks these talented people for all they're worth. Nicolas Cage absolutely proves himself as the powerhouse of the actor, not as Community is arguing he's a good or a bad actor. He's a fucking good actor, playing two very different roles of a very similar caliber. Charlie and his brother Donald are like two sides of the same coin. Donald is the personification of Hollywood and the general sleuth of crap they are churning out, while Charlie is the individualist, the artist. Throughout the entire movie, we are led down the path of creative writing. Charlie adamantly does not believe in needing help, and everything you need as a writer is in your head. But as he soon finds out, this is not the case. What makes writing and art so important is the collaboration of people's feelings, moments, and the world that we all relate to. So, as usual, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have learned something, feeling super sexy about this movie. At the time of recording, it is on Amazon Prime, and you should go fucking watch this if you haven't, especially if you're an aspiring writer. It's a really interesting insight and a very, very well-made movie, so please go out and check it out. I don't know why I'm plugging this. Anyway, it's a good fucking movie. Bye-bye.